They should not allow the Diet to lower its constitutionality empowered oversight. Oshima made the following comment. He says he will work hard to seek consensus from as many parties as possible. Oshima says the LDP indicated its plan to enter talks with Komeito on the matter. He says he'd like to see how the talks will unfold and move things forward after the results are available. Oshima said he wants the legal revision to be completed by the end of the current session, so the Diet's stance can be made clear to the nation. The LDP holds the key to the future course of the debate. Tanigaki and other LDP executives met Prime Minister Abe to brief him on the party's position. Abe reportedly told them that although the Adams method is not problem-free, it provides a base to start with. Tanigaki was asked what the LDP would say about the adoption of the Adams method in 2020. He said his party in principle will aim to achieve that.
Let's go over each party's position presented to Lower House Speaker. DPJ, Komeito Party, and Japan Innovation Party basically accept the proposals. The LDP suggests that the system should not be changed to Adams system. However, Prime Minister Abe, who is the president of the LDP, said Adams system will be the base for reforms. So one focal point is how the LDP will settle this matter. It seems the parties are narrowing their differences, but much work remains till they reach the point of electoral reform by the end of the current session.
Japanese Communist Party chairperson Kazuo Ishii says his party will not field official candidates in many single-seat constituencies in this summer's upper house election as part of its electoral cooperation with other opposition parties. Ishii says this is on the condition that the other parties' election pledges will include the abolition of the security laws. Ishii announced his decision at a news conference this evening. Ishii says this is the first time in the party's history that it has reached an agreement on electoral cooperation with other parties. He says many people who are ready to run from single-seat constituencies will retract their candidacies. 32 single-seat constituencies will be contested in the upper house election. The Communist Party had planned to field candidates in 29 of them. In 14 of the districts, Communist Party candidates had been expected to compete with those of the Democratic Party. In 7 other districts, Communist Party candidates would compete with independents supported by the Democratic Party. The Communist Party now plans to retract many of its prospective candidates in the 21 constituencies as part of its electoral cooperation. This is on the condition that other parties will promise in their campaign pledges to scrap the security laws and the cabinet decision that enables Japan to exercise the right to collective self-defense. The party leadership has informed local chapter leaders about its decision on electoral cooperation. Opposition parties are accelerating moves toward electoral cooperation. In the meeting of 5 party leaders last week, Ishii said his party will shelve its natural union government plan for now to promote the opposition bloc's efforts to coordinate candidates. On Saturday, the Social Democratic Party invited Ishii to its convention for the first time. Ishii says his party is considering taking a bold step. And today, Ishii announced a bold step related to single-seat constituencies. Ishii says the proposed cooperation is based on a wish to recover the foundation that is being destroyed. He says this is a common struggle for the greatest national cause. Liberal Democratic Party Secretary General Sadakazu Tanigaki says the opposition parties are trying to jointly field candidates, but he wonders how successful they would be after the election. He said problems could surface if the opposition parties do not make things clear before the election. The Communist Party plans to convey its decision to other parties at tomorrow's meeting of Secretary Generals from the 5 opposition parties to promote talks on electoral cooperation.
Japan Communist Party's decision to refrain from fielding candidates for single-seat constituency is quite bold. So, Japan Communist Party has taken a bold step. Other opposition parties' movement is now close to one.
An annual ceremony for the Takashima Islands was held today in Matsue City, Shimane Prefecture. February 22nd has been designated as Takashima Day in the prefecture by local ordinance. South Korea controls the islands, Japan claims them. The islands are the focus of a territorial dispute between the two nations. South Korea's criticism of the event was less harsh than usual, reflecting the improving relationship between the two countries. Many police officers were on guard around the venue. There was some confusion when 4 South Koreans tried to protest. The Takashima Islands are located in the Sea of Japan off the coast of Shimane. The Japanese government maintains they're an inherited part of the country's territory in terms of history and international law, but South Korea has been claiming sovereignty and controlling them. Shimane Prefecture, which possessed them in the Meiji era, designated February 22nd as Takashima Day and holds the annual ceremony. A senior government official in charge of the territorial issue attended the event for the 4th year in a row. Yasuyuki Sakai, Parliamentary Vice Minister of the Cabinet Office, says the government is aware of the feelings of local people toward the islands and will take appropriate measures. Shimane Governor Zenbei Mizuguchi, who says leaders from Japan and South Korea met for the first time in 3.5 years last November, and the bilateral relationship appears to be changing slightly. He says he strongly hopes the government will discuss the issue of the Takashima Islands with South Korea official diplomatic occasions. South Korea's foreign ministry spokesman issued a statement. It says the two nations recently reached an agreement on the issue of those referred to as comfort women, and they should be making efforts to build a new relationship. It says it strongly protests the attendance of a high-ranking Japanese official at the ceremony again. But the criticism of Japan was less forceful than in last year's document. Chief Cabinet Secretary Suga says the government will clearly convey its stance on what Japan cannot accept. Says Japan will continue to talk with South Korea about the matter persistently from a broad viewpoint.
Police in Kumamoto Prefecture have arrested 2 people, including a junior high school teacher, on suspicion of attempting to kill an acquaintance. The 2 women arrested yesterday were Kazumi Sakamoto,